Hello, and welcome to the Thrive Mindset Podcast. I am so glad you are here with me. My name is Carrie Dahle, and I am your host. I am an entrepreneur, author, podcaster, manifester, and motivator. And I am on a mission to empower you to create the life of your dreams. If you are looking to up-level your life, relationships, finances, productivity, and success, you have come to the right place. I will share with you tools, resources, strategies, my failures, and my successes that have all helped me achieve the life of my dreams. It is my goal with this podcast to help you see your potential and empower you to create the life of your dreams. So let's get to it. Welcome back to the Thrive Mindset Podcast. I'm Carrie Dahle, your host, and today I want to step into this incredible energy of transformation that's surrounding us right now. I don't know if you felt it, you probably have, but there's a shift. Maybe you're feeling a subtle nudge, or perhaps really like a full-blown wake-up call. And if that's you, you're not alone. This past week's full moon marked a real turning point for the world. It was a time when Pluto completely moved into Aquarius. Now, for this last year, it's been slowly moving out of Capricorn and into Aquarius. But Friday, it fully went into Pluto, which you all may think that's woo-woo or weird or whatever, but the moon and the stars and the planets, they do have an impact on us. They do impact the things we feel, the things we do. Yeah, I mean, we're just all connected. I mean, like we've talked before, the moon is like, well, the moon controls the tides, right? It controls our oceans and the way the waves go in and out. All of this is all connected, and that energy is all intertwined, I guess is the best way to say that. And I would say, as Pluto shifted from Capricorn to Aquarius, you're now being asked to let go of the old and fully step into this new power. But what does that really mean for you, right? How can you harness this new energy to align with your purposes and really manifest the life you've been dreaming about? That's what we're going to talk about today. So I just ask you to grab your journal and your favorite cup of tea, or find just a cozy spot, and then let's unpack all of this. But before we do, you're not sitting here with me looking out my window, but I find it so, I almost said ironic, but it's not ironic. It's perfect, actually, that outside my window right now is a rainbow. The rainbow has always signified hope, right? Or a promise, or the fact that everything's going to be okay. And isn't that interesting how it's there right now? Right now, as I'm sitting down to talk about this shift that we're all feeling, and to have that reminder that everything's going to be okay. Because a lot of times when we are shifting and changing, it can feel uncomfortable. It can feel just scary, right? The unknown is scary. But here that rainbow is. It's here to shine a light on things and show that no, we are going to be just fine, every one of us. And that just makes me smile. All right, but let's go back to Aquarius. This is more than just a phase that you've heard about in astrology circles, right? It's beyond the woo. It is really like this shift of a collective consciousness. And I know you've all heard like the song, The Age of Aquarius, right? But a lot of people thought that we came into that in the 2000s, which maybe we did. Some people thought it was in 2020s. Like the idea of when that is exactly has been debated for years. And I don't really want to specifically speak to that because, I mean, that's each their own perspective. But Pluto being in Aquarius, that is all about innovation and authenticity and unity, right? It's a time to align your higher self and trust your intuition and move forward in leaps and bounds towards that purpose, that one thing that you're really wanting in life. In the past, you might have been held back by societal expectations or maybe outdated beliefs or even your own fears. But this energy is saying, no more. It is time. It is time to break free from those limitations. Aquarius asks us to live in alignment with our truth, not just ourselves, but for the collective good. So take a moment and think about, what does living in alignment mean for you? Is there a part of you that's been waiting to come out and show yourself and just waiting for that right time to step forward? If that's you, this is your time. And maybe I'm just feeling extremely connected to this time because I am Aquarius. And so for me, this full moon was huge. I didn't get to spend it the way I normally like to. You all know by now that I love a full moon dinner with my girlfriends, and I love to spend time together sharing and releasing that together. But this time it just didn't work out. I've had some major shifts in my life this last couple months. I've, some business changes, some great opportunities with my first chapter of a first published book, and then another opportunity to be in another book. I've had just big things happening, and I really wanted to do what I always do, which is get together with the girls and really talk through things and let go of something. But it wasn't in the cards this month. So instead, I was just home. It was just me. My husband was out of town, and I made dinner, which I don't like to do when I'm all alone. But I did. I made myself dinner. I poured a glass of wine. I enjoyed all of that. And I just spent time remembering who I am, remembering where I'm headed, and knowing that this next part of my life, I think it's 19 years. Pluto will remain in Aquarius for the next 19 years. So that's until 2043. That is an amazing chunk of time that we collectively get to come together and really show the world who we all are. So let's talk about what you let go during a full moon. Think of this as a clearing the clutter, right? Getting it out of your life. Not just the physical clutter, but the mental and the emotional clutter too. So let's say you have self-doubt. Finally deciding that your dreams are worth pursuing, that's what you let go of, is the self-doubt. Maybe you're in a bad relationship, a friendship, a romantic relationship, whatever it is. But maybe that relationship is toxic. Let go of that. Or maybe you have a habit, one that's holding you back, that you don't even realize is holding you back. Whatever that is for you, it's time to recognize it and have the courage to leap and let it go. I let go of not being completely authentic and true to myself, which for me means that yes, I am going to still be thoughtful in my words and the way I communicate with someone, but I am not going to let somebody else dictate or say how my life is going to be. It is all my choice. Now, they can give their input, they can give suggestions, they can ask things of me, but I no longer will just do it without it fitting into what I'm needing and I'm wanting. So whether that be in my real estate business, or that be in my home, or my friendships, or any of it, I'm no longer going to hold back. I'm just going to be who I am and trust that that is exactly what I am meant to do. And now that I've done that, now I've made room, right? I've made space in my life to ask the next question, which is, what am I going to fill it with? Well, stepping into your power doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. In fact, it's about taking that first small step forward, even if you're unsure of where your path leads. So now that I have let go of not being authentically myself and not and doing things for other people rather than myself, now I can take the leaps and bounds I need to make in order to get everything I've been dreaming about. I know how to do it. You know how to do it. I just have to focus on it and move towards it. And now I can, because I have a needle, I guess, or a guide giving me, which is me, right? It's not somebody else. It's me directing myself. And I will point it to where I'm going. And if somebody tries to point me in the other direction, I can say no. I can say, thank you so much, but that's not where I'm headed. So what are you going to do? What is holding you back? What is one thing that you think's been holding you back that you can change? And this week you can take one small step, you can make one action that will move you one step closer to what you're dreaming. Think about it. I know you've got something. And here's the thing about stepping into your power. It's not about being perfect. It's really about being authentic, right? Because when you align with what truly lights you up, you'll find that things start to flow. You'll find that there's an ease in life. You'll find that you're excited, that you're lit up, that you want to do the thing, whatever the thing is. I mean, I feel so much energy today. And look, there, that rainbow, it just came back again. Sorry, don't mean to be distracted. But anyways, I feel so lit up when I'm aligned with who I am. And I bet you would too. So ask yourself, what do you truly love about the life you're creating? What strengths or talents have you been hiding and keeping buried because you worried about maybe what others would think? I mean, for me, for years, right? It was not saying that I am a good writer. For years, it was not being who I truly am, not sharing that, yeah, I get a little woo-woo. I love the moon. I love astrology. I love being able to read about Aquarius and people who are Aquarius and go, that is like so me. Like there's just something that feels so good when I see it written out by somebody else and I can completely identify with it, right? It's one of those things, but I don't like to share that with people, or I haven't liked to share that with people because, oh, they might think I'm weird. Or, you could just say that I'm just making a connection with things, and that's possible too. But there is something that is empowering when you can identify and be so clear on who you are. So what are your strengths and talents that you've been hiding? And then how can you live more authentically starting today? One of the most beautiful things about this new energy is that it reminds us of the ripple effect that we have, right? When you show up in your most authentic self, you actually inspire others to do the same. I've talked about this in the past months about writing these couple chapters for these books that I've done. And those were hard moments, right? They were moments of really putting myself out there and worrying about what some of the people in that would think or feel. And yeah, but what it has done and what I've seen, which is more important than worrying about what they feel, because I have the relationships with those people. They're always gonna be in my life one way or another. And that's going to continue on. But for that one person or those people out there that have reached out and said, oh my gosh, I totally understood. I completely related. That really connected with me. That is what was important, right? That me being authentic was helping others. And that was what I dream of, right? I dream of a world where everyone knows how great they are. I dream of a world where people realize that they can create whatever life they want. So just knowing that the more authentic I am, the more that inspires others, well, that's amazing. So show up as your authentic self and see what inspires in other people too. All right, but let's get to being a little bit more practical and maybe a little back grounded. How about that? A little less in the stars and back here on the earth. What are some things that we can do this week that will really help you embrace the shift? Well, number one, I would just say journal about it. Write about what you let go of, right? Write about it and acknowledge what you're stepping into and how you want this next chapter to feel. Because when you write it down, you also process how you're feeling. Journaling is a great way to process both where you've been and where you're headed and to get clarity on it all. So I would just encourage you to write it all down and spend time really reflecting on what you're letting go and stepping into where you're headed. Another thing you can do is you can make one small step, right? You can choose one thing that you are going to do this week to move you forward. So maybe you are going to set a boundary for yourself, or maybe you're going to start a new project, or saying yes to an opportunity that scares you a little. But whatever it is, choose something that is going to move you in a small way forward towards the things you were dreaming of. And then lastly, I would just say surround yourself with some inspiration, right? Whether it be through books or podcasts or connecting with people who align with you and your vision. Try filling your space with the energy that uplifts you and motivates you, because these are the things that will continue to bring that energy of yours up and excite you and move you forward. Remember what I said earlier, when you are in alignment with yourself and your dreams and goals, you get excited, right? So surround yourself with others who are excited just like you. And lastly, I just want to remind you that this is a powerful time, right? You are not a spectator in this shift. You are the true co-creator of your life. And this time where Pluto is in Aquarius isn't something happening to us. It's something happening through us. It's happening for us, actually. The universe does things for us, not to us. So remember that. And this week, I just want to encourage you to reflect and take action and embrace this incredible power that you hold. The universe is conspiring in your favor, and I cannot wait to see what you create. Thanks for spending time with me again today. And if this episode resonated with you, please share it with your friends, tag me on social media, make a comment, like, subscribe, all the things. I love hearing your insights and seeing the steps that you're taking. And until next time, remember that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Trust the process, trust yourself, and keep thriving. And above all else, remember that I believe in you, and you can manifest the life of your dreams.